Okay, welcome back, everyone. So we, of course, are on day three. We're talking about, really aligning and operating from the that new identity that we created way back in day one, and aligning the emotional, physical, and cognitive aspects of that new identity to really step into this place of total freedom and fulfillment. And so I'm super excited to have a dear friend, a beautiful light being from whom I met in Tulum, Georgia Blatchford, and she is a leadership mentor and healing artist. And Georgia is going to be talking about sacred resonance today. So, welcome to the summit, Georgia. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I feel really honored and grateful to have you here.
Lee, thank you so much for the introduction and for inviting me to participate in this event. When you reached out to me, it was a no-brainer. You're so dear to me, and I love what you're creating in this world, and the wisdom and the really potent energy that you're spreading. So thank you for inviting me to be a part of this. I'm really excited.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
an honor to be here with everybody. So
is there anything you want to anything else you want to share about kind of who you are, just kind of quickly? And of course we'll have links to your bio and all that stuff as well. But
yeah. So like Lee said, I am a leadership mentor and a healing artist. I work with energy. I work with the esoteric arts. I'm a facilitator, a yoga teacher, a former Wall Street investment banker. Some people laugh when I tell them that. And yeah, I'm a student of the divine. And my mission is to spread remembrance and help all beings on earth remember your unique divinity and your magnificence and the magnificence of being alive, and what a gift that is.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. So what is this sacred resonance that you're going to be speaking of? Love to dive into that.
Yeah. So to me, sacred resonance is a frequency that each one of us has that is unique to us. And as the world is changing, I know we've been through a lot of expanding and healing and performance related modalities in these past days. And as we grow, as we expand, we each connect to deeper to ourselves. Because in my perspective, peak performance is about, getting the results that you want in your life, mind, body, spirit, feeling good, not just having, certain tangible financial milestones, but also really having that true wealth, which is health and connection and relationships. And I think peak performance, as we get closer to that peak, we're actually diving deeper into what's in here, and we're excavating what's inside of us. So I'm an energy person and I speak a lot in energy. So sacred resonance is basically that unique energy that each of us has when we are embodying ourselves.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, and again, the last 2 days, in day two specifically, we were talking about, really practicing and implementing the tools that we have to come into a deeper level of resonance with who we truly are, kind of unlocking that peak performance mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and then being able to really step into that in our lives. So, can you speak more to that perspective with regards to sacred resonance?
Absolutely. So when we embark on a journey of self-discovery and healing and accessing who we intrinsically are, there becomes a point in our journey where, as we approach unity consciousness, right, as we continue to ascend and grow and reach peak performance, we approach unity consciousness. And you realize that peak performance and ascension isn't just about our individual experience, because each of us as an individual is a fractal of the whole, right? And simply by raising your vibration, right, by healing, by taking care of your body, by meditating and incorporating these tools and just choosing to improve yourself, not only are you improving your own life, but you're also contributing to the collective healing and like the collective healing and the raising of the energy and the frequency of our planet. And what I've experienced and what I see in my community and with the people that I work with is that as you tap into these modalities and these tools and these learnings, as you go deep into yourself in your exploration, you realize that so much of the reason why we go through all of this is that we can pay forward our lessons with the world. And anyone who is embarking on a journey to improve themselves, to heal, to learn, to develop spiritually, to develop even intellectually or physically, like when you start, it might seem like you might feel like a total newbie. You know, I remember my first time meditating. It's like day one. You have to start at day one. But guess what? As soon as you start, you're a leader. You are a leader in this world. You are leading the way for way more people behind you than ahead of you. And yeah, so as you listen to this, just take a moment to just consider this, that just by being here, being curious enough to join this event, you know, something inside of you knows, hey, like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for these tools. I'm ready for this knowledge. You know, and some of the things that you might hear this weekend or this week, they might make sense in 6 months from now. They might make sense in a year, or it might land perfectly right away, right? But everything is, it's your soul brought you here for a reason, right? You're ready to expand. You're ready to improve and access that peak performance. And I believe that makes you a trailblazer. That makes you a leader. And that because this work that you're doing on yourself, whether you've been doing it for a while, or if you're just starting, or if you're even just curious about it and you're not really so sure about what's for you or not, I'm here to, I want to tell you, like, you're a leader. Like, there's a reason why you're here. There is a reason why you're here. And what will come to follow in your journey is going to be the perfect experience that you need in order to share your unique gifts with the world. I use the term medicine. You know, a spiritual woman, I said, we all have unique medicine to share with the world that will help the world heal, right? That will help people reach their peak performance over time, because of something that you share. And so for me, sacred resonance is about embodying your unique medicine with the world, particularly through your voice, because our voices have unique frequencies, like a pitch. And in this new age, in this new world, the way that we connect and we support people are going to change. And it's not going to be through traditional marketing tactics, right? But actually sharing your unique frequency, your voice with the world, is going to be how you attract in the people that you are meant to serve. And this is not just for people who are teaching yoga or coaching or working in or have a spiritual business. This is for everyone, right? Because all businesses are spiritual, right? Because it's a mirror for your heart. It's a child of your being, right? Your business. So it's like, how can you embody your unique frequency and use it to support yourself, support your vision for your life, but also to support others.
So how does somebody do that? Like, because again, whether those watching are, whether you're new to this or whether you just started the journey on day one and opening, and then, obviously day two, you're going to be learning about the tools so that you can add them. Yeah. And then day three is that embodiment. And it sounds like you're saying to be able to step out and offer your gifts. So for those, whether, no matter when you are watching this, when you are ready to step out and do that, what are some tips that you have for people to actually move into that space and to say, you know what, I do have something to offer, and as scary maybe as it is to be seen or be heard, I'm going to step into that fully, and I'm going to create this offer.
Yeah. And, I want to preface this by saying that all of the facilitators and speakers who come with these stories and wisdom, it's always the wisdom that we need. And it's been the alchemy that we've experienced on our own journey. So this has been the reason why I'm so passionate about this, is because for the vast majority of my life, I was out of touch with my voice. And once I started doing this work on myself, and I think most people would agree with this, once you start doing this work on yourself, your life absolutely changes, and you love it. It becomes such a huge integral part of your life, because you feel better, you're getting better results in your life, your relationships are improving, you look different, you're connecting to higher consciousness, you're developing a better relationship to yourself. And it's like, all you want to do is talk about it. But sometimes you don't, right? Because maybe the people that you hang out with aren't doing something similar, or maybe no one in your family has ever meditated before. And now there's going to be all sorts of ideas and stigmas that come with that, right? So my, I guess, advice would be to start sharing, right? And share in a way that feels good for you. And what I realized is, once actually our voice is part of our channel, right? So you can sit in meditation and get a lot of insights from your higher self, from source. A lot of my insights I get are when I'm in conversation with people, and it's coming out of my own mouth. I'm like, wow, that's brilliant. Right? Because the truth is, it's like, when you open your channel and start sharing, and that's when the divine, or however you relate to the divine, can really work through you. So, that's why this really goes into the other self-development work, because I really spent years getting to know myself and unpacking a lot of my kind of certain tendencies that I had to try and come off a certain way so that people would like me, right? So I spent a lot of time when you're in a conversation with someone and someone else is speaking, but you're not even listening because you're thinking, oh, what am I going to say next? But once you develop a trust with yourself and you can re-presence yourself through a solid mindfulness practice, then you can just be in conversation with someone and not be thinking so hard about what you have to say, and just really let your soul speak. So my soul is really consistently surprising my human self with a lot of wisdom. So my suggestion is to start sharing, whether it's in conversation or if you want to start writing a blog, writing a book, start journaling if you want it to be private, and just give yourself an outlet to start sharing your ideas. And then over time, as you expand, you can work with any fears that you have around expressing your voice. Because for a lot of people, when you're a child, you're told to be quiet. Like that was it. Like every report card when I was younger was always telling me that I spoke too much and that I was a distraction. So I learned how to be quiet, right? And it took a lot of time for me to actually develop the confidence and the trust in myself to speak up. So yeah, my invitation is to bring that that safety into your body, and bring safety into the situation where you're sharing what's on your heart and you're sharing your unique gifts. Because I can pretty much guarantee that as you go down this path of let's say exploring performance and connecting to yourself and improving your health, you're going to start to learn things about yourself. You're going to start to learn things about the nature of the universe that do need to be heard by other people. And stories will come up in this process, right? I think everybody has stories that contradict what they really desire. And my belief is what separates people who are standing on stages, sharing messages in front of thousands of people, and those who don't are just that they're really good at separating their stories from their choices, right? So there could be a story like for me, years ago, before I was a student of yoga, and I was invited to do the yoga teacher training at my studio. And the story that came up was, why would anyone want to go to my class? There's so many other great yoga teachers, right? Could you imagine if I had let that story run my life and I would have just stayed small? So get curious about the fears that you have that keep you from shining and keep you from expressing, because they're not real. And they're actually coming from a part of you that feels safer staying small. It feels safer staying small because it's scary to be seen. It's scary to put yourself out there. So bringing safety into the body and learning about yourself, learning about where those stories come from, learning about what you're really afraid of can allow you to set yourself up to have that regulated nervous system as you begin to share and as you begin to shine. And this is what the world is waiting for, is more people like you doing the work on themselves and sharing it. It is a web, it is a growing network of people who are healthier, who are more joyful, who are more living to their unique design. And it starts with you just sitting on the meditation pillow, or you getting that morning sunlight. And it grows by you sharing your wisdom and what's worked for you and sharing it with more people. Maybe next year at this summit, you'll be talking. What's stopping you from doing that?
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. So last question. What does peak performance mean to you, Georgia?
To me, peak performance is embodying and living to our unique design and thriving in that. So it's not a one size fits all of having a certain body or having a certain mode of expression, but it's how can you be the most thriving you? Mind, body, spirit, and heart. And I do think with that, there's a sense of balance and inner union, where you can really soar and grow and perform because your roots are really deep and your foundation is super solid. That's what peak performance means to me.
So beautiful, beautifully said. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience before we sign off?
Yeah. Well, I want to congratulate you for whatever you have been through in your life that has brought you to this moment. Congratulations. And, I just want to send you encouragement, because this is, wherever you are watching this, we are all connected in a unique, like, energetic thread that connects all of us. And I feel so grateful to be a part of this community, not just a part of this event, but a part of this mission that we're all creating. And now you get to be a part of it too. So I want to send you encouragement and just remind you that it's just you have what it takes to be the person that you want to be, and it's your birthright. And it's all available to you. So I send you blessings on your journey. It's just gonna get better and better.
So good, Georgia. So how can people find you? What are you up to in the world? What are you bringing to life? Tell us all that good stuff.
Yeah. So there currently, if you want to work with me, I'm offering one-on-one mentorships. So I have a website. It's georgiablatchford.com. And I'm currently in the planning phase of some in-person events. So you can go to my website and join my email list, and you'll get all the information on those events. On social, I post a lot on Instagram. My handle is being.georgia, being Georgia. And I would love to hear from you. And yeah, just let me know how I can support you on your journey. I love witnessing people expand and really just embody all of themselves. It's my greatest joy.
So beautiful. Thank you so much, Georgia, for taking the time and spending your energy and just sharing your wisdom with all of us. So grateful to have you on, and love you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I love you too. Thank you for having me.